Got it, huh?
Yep.
Share the Zencast. You're not talking to the right mic there, John.
Nope.
Yes, I am.
No, you are not.
Yes, I am.
Again.
I'm talking to the one I want to talk to. Just
that does not seem like the correct Zencaster link.
That does not.
That would not be the correct Zencaster link. Do not go to that link. The hell's going on in Zencaster?
That's the right link. There you go. Your video is your white balance is completely blown out.
Yeah, I know. I did that on purpose because I don't know how to control things.
Oh, baby.
Settings. Save settings.
I think we would be better at this by now, as long as we've been doing it.
We are shockingly good at it. You would be amazed at what I have been exposed to.
Really?
I will just turn my brightness all the way down to 0 for crying out loud.
No, it's your white balance.
Don't tell me what it is because I don't know who you're talking about. I got a big ass brand new monitor right in front of me. It's not my white balance. I got a bright light on me.
You got the right mic yet? Doesn't sound like it.
No, he got it.
I've got the right mic. What are you talking about?
Welcome, Discord.
Right.
Welcome,
Discord.
All right.
What's that? What's that URL? Starting early.
Discord.phpugly.com. You don't have to say it when you ask, too. It's kind of like a OCD thing. Buttery, what's going on, brother?
Let's go.
We'll put that over there. Sure. We've got that.
Oh, that's the problem. You're not aware of this yet, Tom. We can talk about it on the show.
All right.
Sure,
John's microphone isn't in his face because John's a puss.
Because we're professionals.
It's right here in front of my face. What do you want me to do?
Alrighty. Cutting to intro in.
I haven't done anything. I haven't gotten all the tweets and everything out. Calm down.
3.
You got a whole intro song to do anything you want.
2. 1.
You know what I'm doing.
Drop that beat.
1, 2, 1, 2. Coming off the top, y'all know how we do. Listen, I'ma drop a freestyle you can cherish. I'ma send a shout out to the host named Eric. Yo, he's never on some average shit. You know Eric, he stays loud and passionate. I'm about to break it down for y'all with the clever song. Yo, shout the host named Thomas, cause he's never wrong. Yo, shout to John, you know that he's smart and quiet, unlike my freestyles, which cause a riot. I'm about to do it like this, cause the people love me. Shouts out to PHP, the ugly. It's called ugly cause it's not professional, but I'm about to come through and bless it with style. So let's do it when I'm spitting, I perfume the room. Yo, the segment of the show is called Doom and Gloom. That came from Thomas. Yeah, can nobody go beyond this? I get the mic and then I'm about to keep it like a promise. Yeah, and y'all know we fill them up with anguish. We talking about the PHP, the programming language. About to break it down, no exaggeration. What do y'all do for a living? Web applications. Okay, I can dig it. My words spray tight. They getting together on the Thursday nights. Yeah, when it comes to rhyming, you can call me the new dude. I spew true lyrics while y'all broadcast on YouTube. So let's get it. You know my lyrics are major. All up in the comments, they got plenty of haters, but they doing what they doing. Keep it ugly. We ending every show with the saying it's lovely. Let's go.
Favorite time of the week. Let's go.
You're listening to episode
Let's go
72 of PHPUgly. I am your host, Eric Van Johnson, and with me is John Congdon.
I just did something really odd today, or just before the show.
And Tom Right Up.
I didn't. I don't know how to follow up on that. I didn't do anything weird today.
It's not weird. Not that weird.
Okay, what'd you
Get
do?
honest.
Okay. Fulfilling something on my bucket list. It's been on there for years. I keep telling people I'm going to do this, and here it is years later, and I haven't done it.
All right, what's your wife think about it?
You're pooping
We've been
outside?
Yeah.
Oh, that's we went different directions.
And now I know Tom thinks it is.
Two girls at the same time.
What is
Okay.
wrong with you, man? This is a kid's show. Oh, wait, maybe it's not.
It's a bucket
Yeah, we
list.
don't talk about JavaScript here. Oh, what?
I don't know
Bucket
what
list.
self is.
All right, I've been wanting to do it. I closed out my Bitcoin account 2 or 3 years ago just to do this thing. I still haven't done it. 5 minutes before we started the show, I hit the buy now button. I am getting my paragliding lessons now.
Oh, okay. So for those
I
who don't
am
know,
excited.
this is a San Diego
I'm gonna-
thing.
It's not a San
paragliding.
Diego. I think it's all over the place. I'm gonna jump off.
It's like parachuting, only safer. You know, it's like you parachute from the ground and then you go back down to the
Well,
ground.
no,
it's not that big of a
It's
deal.
more dangerous than parachuting.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Stop it.
Get out of your mind. I mean, it's
No.
it's not a leisurely thing to do. I will create John that. But
I am so excited about this.
There is a paragliders watching station in San Diego that you can casually go to and then go to the like aquarium afterwards.
Mhm.
That's why
that's where I'm taking my lessons.
That's why I call it a San Diego thing, because like we have a glider port that is part of a large residential commercial district.
But they're all over the place. It's not just here. And we just have you just can go over the ocean. You
Sure.
can fly up to Torrey Pines golf course and like watch people golf while you're flying back and forth. You can go to the glider port
don't
and-
fly anywhere near San Diego for a while. It's been oddly dangerous to just be flying over like Mira Mesa or anything like that recently.
Oh, yeah,
to be
what
fair,
happened?
you're
What
not
did I
flying.
miss?
You're in a parachute gliding.
Yeah.
That's it. Not flying.
Tricky name, that paraglider.
Can't have the name.
Anyway,
So,
how was
so
your
Jo-
week?
Tom? We were the people who are just tuning in might not be aware, but we were fighting with John earlier because of his white balance and how bright he was.
Yes.
There's a reason behind that. John's got
He
like
knows- he
18
knows-
monitors now. Like,
He knows what it is.
Oh, like one for every security camera he has in his house.
That's a good idea.
he's
I
got
should do
quite
that.
the setup. You should post your setup on Discord at discord.phpugly.com because
All right.
John's rocking the monitor setup right now.
Mental note. You already said what the Discord channel is.
Don't forget
There
that,
you go.
Tom.
I'm trying not to.
Yeah. So I went with the widescreen. I went with the 38-inch, and now I'm torn on should I have gone the 49, but I'm happy with the 38.
Ooh.
Well, I then took my 227-inch and put them above, so I got my 38-inch here and then 227-inch up here. So
And which one?
kinda
Which
worked
one
out.
is? Which one is the cryptocurrency ticker screen?
I told you I cashed out years ago so I could take flying lessons, and I still haven't
Mm.
taken them, so now I'm taking them now.
Yes, but I know you still watch.
No, actually, I don't. I couldn't tell you where it's at now, unless it's hovering around where it was last time, around 50.
It's real bad.
Is it?
It's
I
real
don't
bad.
trust you. Let me see. I still have my little script here that does it for me.
No,
Bitcoin.
I
Not bad.
who was that in Discord? Somebody shared a video about NFTs. It was. I started watching that, And wow, listen to that guy rant on cryptocurrency made me feel
God.
good that I was out of it.
What am I missing?
I had some videos show up from Doug Polk recently in my feed, and I was like, oh yeah, that was a thing. I like him, but I'm never watching that video again. He got a quick unsubscribe.
Doug Polk, or which one are you talking about? The one I'm talking about was the one I'm talking about in Discord was like an hour-long video.
That's different video.
Yeah, I didn't see the one up from Doug Polk.
And NFTs are
I know him
incredibly boring. Yes.
The funny thing is, it wasn't yes, the title is about NFTs, but it starts like way back with crypto, and he goes through Bitcoin and Dogecoin, like talking about all of these things and power consumption, and just I didn't watch the whole thing, but it was still interesting. And made me happy that I'm not in crypto anymore right now.
That's interesting because what you described, I think, is incredibly boring. Like the whole history of crypto and
it's not like the whole history.
And
just watch it. It was an interesting video.
What's a documentary?
Not really a documentary.
Oh,
I gotta find it for you again.
I am not.
No, we are. My buddy in Down Under, Michael Dorinda, heard me say how much I wish there was there were more documentaries on geek stuff. He actually pointed me to a channel called Honeypot. I'll put it in Discord. I'll put it on Trello, and then hopefully
the definition of that term. That's I would literally never go to a YouTube channel that was just titled Honeypot. I don't know what
this one had. This one had a documentary on GraphQL, Elixir, Vue.js, Kubernetes, a bunch of geek stuff. It even has some. Looks like it even has some on it has these mini docs and things like that. But if you're like me and you enjoy this stuff and you wish you could see more of it, I still wish somebody would do a documentary on PHP in the history of PHP. I mean, it's a lot of material there.
Yeah,
I think that would be very, very cool to watch.
Only if there's chant our name throughout it.
Yeah, I think there's a magazine that would be in the prime position to really do that, but I can't think of it off the top of my head.
Speaking of the magazine, we're breaking records. We actually we got the February issue out today, officially out the first week of the month. So we are finally starting to get our hands around getting this thing together. Our contributors are getting better at submitting their columns to us earlier. I think right now
we say that next month we won't come out to the last day of the month because we jinxed it.
Possibly.
Yeah, this month is short by 3 days, so you guys are just screwed.
Thanks for the reminder. Make sure I go over to the Discord channel and beg them, please get your articles to us.
Well, it's funny. It's funny that you mentioned documentaries on different nerd technologies, because I wish there was a 2-minute documentary on all of the shit that's out there. Just 2 minutes per thing. I got in a little bit of trouble this week because my boss asked me what I thought of Kafka. And I said, well, he wasn't actually a nihilist. He was trying to teach nihilism as a negative consequence of capitalism, and it turns out that's not what he was talking about. He was talking about the Apache project Kafka, which
big data.
Obviously, my bad. I should have known that we weren't getting into deep philosophy during our stand-up. But then like you try to look up like Apache Kafka and like just fundamentally what it is, what it solves, and you get nothing. You
Really?
get either
If
a
you go to
2-hour
Kafka.apache.org, you don't see any of that information there.
No. What you get is a super. You get a quick deep dive into mission critical real time application microservices and how streaming data processing relates to. I'm like, that's not the problem I'm dealing with. I'm not dealing with the abstract of mission critical data streaming services. What is this? What is this? It's a medium, it's a middleware layer that processes data from one source to another. Here's the other sources that are defined. Here's the thing. Just give me 2 minutes so I can understand this thing.
Back on the 2-minute thing, huh? But I agree with you to a point. The only reason I know Kafka is when I was researching event sourcing, and some people are trying to use it as an event store, database for all the events.
Sure.
And while you can use it for that, it's not recommended. It's not necessarily meant for that. There are more specialized data stores for that type of data.
This has been my whole week, is solutions to problems and how generally ambiguous everyone wants to be on a solution to a problem. I have a feature ticket in front of me that says we want to filter on 40 different fields. Some of them are relationships to the main object. Some of them are properties of the main object. Some of them are sub relationships that might not exist on objects. It's this crazy deep dive into filtering of MySQL data sets. And I have spent a huge portion of my week trying to define this problem as a Google search, where I'm like, lots of queries on table joins. Are indexes the right way to go about things? What's the impact of views? What's the impact of generated columns? What's the impact of triggers on queries? And no one
can't do triggers on queries.
Triggers on inserts to create a custom index that you look up against before you perform your primary query. And 12 hours into this search, I come across database sharding as a technology. And I'm like, oh, database sharding, that's 10% of the issue I'm running into. That helps me out in a very small segment of the thing I'm trying to address, but I'm trying to address gigantic issues. And there's a Pluralsight course on index performance and how to understand the explain syntax for MySQL queries. And I'm like, yeah, I'm there already. I'm way there. But when do you take an issue that you have and say, well, you can replicate this to a timescale database, and the timescale database can return results that give you this, and you can filter on this, and the big scalability issues that I keep running into, I cannot find answers for. Can't.
Because if it was easy, everybody'd be doing it, man.
Well,
that's why you get paid the big bucks.
Did you just, in addition, do you know about the exist clause in MySQL? Just another thing to look into. I had to use that a lot to optimize a lot of my filtering queries, my advanced search queries, because if I was joining or putting it directly into my where clause, my query went to crap. Like it was just a horrible response time. Switched to using exist in a bunch of places and way better.
This is where I'm getting endlessly frustrated this week. Because in all of my 12 to 20 hours of research this week, haven't heard a fucking thing about that.
It's something else for you to look into now.
And
You're welcome.
even better, if you type in MySQL performance, guess what you don't get?
Anything about performance?
anything helpful. What you end up with is how to read MySQL performance analytics for the engine itself, but not how to improve things, or like when you need to change technologies, or like how to move from MySQL or RDMS, AWS RDMS to AWS Redshift. Like, because the issue I'm running into is that clearly this one technology can't handle this one issue. Discord just said explain again, and I now I'm getting angry. I know. I know about explain.
If you were using event sourcing, you would create a new data store just for the specific query you're having trouble with, and you'd be good to go.
Exactly, but I can't because I have checkboxes for 150 different columns, and each one of them has a range you can select from X to Y.
Yep. Check out exist. I put exist into the show notes.
I'm hitting an intellectual wall where, like, for
this higher
no,
Percona.
Eric, no, Eric,
pay Percona for their time.
No, Eric's got something to say.
Nope. I'm not going to say intellectual. Not going to make a joke about you and an intellectual wall. Not going to do it. Not going to do it. Just keep moving on, sir.
As a developer, the joke that what I do most of my time is Google things is no longer applicable. I'm being tasked with things that like only a few companies do, and if you read that company's blog, they explain how to handle this. Like Spotify explains how they scale without using full text searches.
So you're mad you're being paid to do a job that not anybody can just do. Is that what I'm understanding? You need to embrace these challenges, man.
I am embracing it.
This is why we're at the level
fucking frustrating.
Yeah, you didn't call me all week, so I mean, it couldn't have been too frustrating.
Certainly fucking didn't. You called me.
I did.
Yeah,
because that's how it works.
What did you need to? What did you need to do to fix the problem you called me for?
He didn't call me. Just saying.
Oh no! I want to hear Eric say
it was a Laravel issue, so I wouldn't have called you.
Certainly wasn't.
I can fix Laravel crap.
Certainly wasn't. He rebooted his machine, and everything started working again.
Not exactly true. The issue ended up being a issue with the Docker container, and I restarted the Docker container, and everything was working again. But yes, that's correct. I was working in a Laravel application, and I was getting weird behaviors. I've been having a lot of weird issues with my Docker container too. I don't know what's going on with it. But, I do know. I'm running. I'm running PHP 8.1, and ever since I've gone to PHP 8.1, my Docker container is just misbehaving on me. But I'm at PHP 8.1 because I got to work on that enum ticket, which wasn't as easy as I thought it was going to be. Good God. I mean, enums themselves.
Did you contact the release manager?
He wouldn't return my call. I don't know what's up with that. bastard.
That's weird.
But enums themselves to implement are pretty easy. My thing was what I was getting when I was trying to use it on the other end wasn't what I expected. Like when I did the enum cases, I was expecting to see an array of everything in the enum. And what you end up getting is an array of an array. So you get an array of array, and so it just didn't work out. But it actually worked out kind of cool because somebody I was working with ended up writing a package because what we needed was just the array from enums. So they ended up writing a package for it, and I got to help them with the package, and everything worked out great. It was fine once I got, like I said, the enum thing just tripped me up a little bit because it just wasn't what I was expecting to get back to work with, and it just wasn't working correctly. But no, it was good. But yeah, ever since
I said, but you got through it. So you get paid the
through
big bucks to solve problems, and you help solve it.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't know what's going on with. I also tried to install. I made a mistake, apparently. Tried to install PHP 8.1 on my base system. So I have a couple versions of PHP on my host system for running command line stuff, and I know how to switch between those versions. So I tried to install a version 8.1 on my host system, not a Docker container, and it didn't go well. And
Really?
I think, it keeps barking at me, and now it keeps every time I try to do anything with app update or app install, it complains about a broken install, and I can't get it to fix. So I'm gonna have to do some work on that. I tried fix broken install. No. I mean everything's working. So my PHPs are normal again. I still don't have 8.1 running, but I have 8 and 7.2 and 7. So I still have all my PHP versions running, but yeah, I couldn't get it on my host system for some reason.
I had some fun this week with my Docker containers. You know, I've been working on this client now for going on 10 years, and I've been working locally for years now, and I don't tend to take down my containers and bring them back up. Or I'll take them down, but I don't refresh my database. So my database has just been what it's been. It's like I have everything I need. I can log in quickly. My accounts are set up exactly how I want them to get stuff done. But I picked up a ticket last week where we're changing the seed data for lots of reasons. So I'm like, all right, I really should refresh my database. Do that, bring it back up. I work on that ticket. Everything's fine there. But then I go back to do actual work, and then I'm like just dead in the water. I'm like, crap, how do I do this? How do I do that? Like nothing is set up right. Like there's feature flags that I didn't have on that I used to have on, and like just various settings. I'm like, crap. All right, let me go fix that and get that up and working. Like, well, crap, now something else isn't working. Oh yeah, I got to do something else. And it was just a nightmare. It's finally working through them all.
Yeah.
And at least working again.
Charlton in Discord referenced lando.dev, which I don't know. Charlton, is that Docker based? I feel like it was Docker based. But I did look into this project. I actually use a Docker container setup called Devilbox, which is where I do all my stuff. But occasionally I run things on the command line on my host system, and I wanted to get that up to date to Laravel 8.1. I'll have to look at this lando.dev again though, because I remember looking into this once before, and I don't remember why I didn't go with it. But Devilbox has been really holding steady for me until this 8.1 issue.
I fought for so long not to install PHP on my Linux machine on the host, trying to do everything through containers. But man, there are just sometimes you're like, I just want to jump into PHP and get something working, or I want to be able to run Composer just locally. So I finally installed it.
Don't you run like
Tinker?
Tinker?
Well,
I don't run Tinker.
He doesn't do
Oh,
whatever.
right.
But that's the thing. It's like, yeah, occasionally you just need, like, you don't need anything to interact with the system. You just need to run something on the command line. So, like, I don't have Nginx, I don't have MySQL, all that I run through containers. But PHP, it's like, yeah, every now and then I just need to run an artisan command. I don't need to be in the container. I just want to run the artisan command and see what the output is. And so, yeah, I have PHP running on my local machine, on my host machine.
I don't think I do.
It's probably
It's
smarter
great.
that way.
It's good if you can get away with it. Yeah. I mean, it really is good if you can get away with it.
But I was going down the road of, well, now I'm going to install a specific Docker container just to run Composer. So I have that and have to remember the command to run Composer that way. And that was just a pain.
Mm-hmm.
I've got that Docker Compose muscle memory where anytime I want to do anything in Laravel, it's Docker Compose exec app and then artisan and then the command.
Really?
Like I said, I mean, I don't, PHP on the OS complicates things because you can end up in a state that you don't expect. Where it's the same thing with Node. I don't want Node on my local machine. It's there, and I have to like futz with it sometimes because it gets confused about what a container is versus what like a local file store is. But yeah, I don't want PHP on my local machine because if I type PHP artisan something and I'm in the right directory, it'll try to do it, but it'll give me an error, and I can totally go down the wrong path if I'm not.
Well, that's not
attention.
as bad. So what the mistake I've made in all transparency is that I've been on my host system and have run Composer upgrade or Composer install, and it will then take the version of PHP I have on my system, install packages based on that version, and then when I'm on Docker, it's a different version, and all of a sudden all that's out of sync now, which 99% of the time doesn't really impact anything. Where it impacts stuff is when you're working on a team and everybody else is using the containers correctly, and then they try to do the Composer upgrade on their container, and it says, oh no, this package requires PHP 8.0 and you're on PHP 7.2. It's like, wait, what? No, it doesn't.
Yeah. Been there. I end up doing most of my work directly in the container. So I have a quick shell script that literally just runs bash within the container. So I'm basically inside the container, and then I just do everything from command line in there.
I gotta really start doing that. I mean, I have
you talk to people and they say that's the wrong way to do it, but that's
why is that?
Because containers are supposed to be single process things. They're only supposed to do one thing. You're not really supposed to be in there actually using the container like that. And like, I made a mistake at some point. Again, I don't like delete my containers and then download fresh ones. So I'll go in there and I just apt install, like, oh, I want to do this. Apt install, whatever. I'm testing something, I need telnet.
Oh,
I recently I was having some issues, so I'm like, well, let me try just upgrading Node. So all of a sudden I upgrade Node to version 16, and it turns out that breaks NPM for this application. I'm like, what's happening here? And they're like, you're supposed to be on Node 14. That's what's in our container. So because I'm always in the shell and I just run commands, my container is now out of sync with what the rest of the company is using.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And the only place I've ever experienced that is Node. Like, because the package...
You had walked away. I actually said I had a similar issue doing that with Composer as well.
Really?
Well, running Composer on the local OS. So
on my host,
Composer, yeah. So on the host, you're running a different version than what's in the container. So then the composer lock file says, "Oh, you're running PHP 8," and then
See, and
somebody else does
composer's usually very good about that. But like Node
until you've set the lock file, and then somebody else runs it on a different version, and then they're confused, like they're getting error messages.
Our Docker stuff rarely gets updated. It's very like core functionality. And it's the same container that we run on production. So like if the container changes, it gets caught by our whole production pipeline. That's interesting that Composer would cause that issue.
Not Composer itself. It's all of a sudden you've locked dependencies to a higher version of PHP than what your
other team members
Docker
are using.
Yeah, what your Docker container is on a different version. So then
that's the other thing is that we don't do
screwed up.
Yeah, we don't do apt upgrades. That belongs to operations. Any kind of apt upgrade or apt include
package install. Yeah.
Any of that real low level stuff belongs to operations, and that PR gets rejected real fast.
Right, and that's the way it should be. There should be somebody that manages the Docker container, and that's what I was saying when you walked away. Is I have this habit. I've had my containers for years, and don't refresh them very often. So I've manually installed applications myself, and it's caused me issues.
Keep bringing up that I walked away.
Well, that's what happens when you walk away.
Could just skate by it.
Could try.
Well, we did, but you kept talking about stuff we already talked about.
Not our fault this time.
But you know what? Sometimes when you walk away, you want things to just work. And for that,
what happens when you want them to work?
For that, you have our sponsor.
We'd like to thank our sponsor for this episode, HookRelay.dev. HookRelay.dev allows you to create powerful webhooks without having to create all the groundwork yourself. Sure, the basics of sending webhooks are easy, but to add more powerful features takes time and effort. That's where HookRelay.dev saves the day. Have you ever tried sending data to third parties that have strict API limits? Do you handle those failures caused by those limits properly using traditional back-off algorithms? Stop worrying about third parties with flaky servers and let HookRelay.dev continue trying to reach them for you. Resending failed webhooks or just resending for testing is as simple as clicking a button. You can also be the recipient of webhooks. That's right, HookRelay.dev handles both inbound and outbound webhooks. HookRelay.dev can catch the request and then send them to your servers. And best of all, reporting. Writing code to track success failures, create reports, and more is already done with HookRelay.dev. Try HookRelay.dev's free tier today. Get 3 endpoints, 14-day retention, and 100 deliveries per day. Thank you, HookRelay, for sponsoring today's episode.
Thank you,
HookRelay.
All right. So Tom, you're not good at your job. I'm not good at my job.
Oh,
we already know John's not good at his job.
I'm very good at my job. It's been
terrible.
It's been a great couple weeks. I have become quite good at my job. Do
you tell?
I'm finding this very hard to believe. I'm anxious to hear.
I know. No, I've gotten very comfortable with the communication with my superiors and subordinates. I was gonna say inferiors, but that's not the right word. Hey, I'm just being honest here. That's what we do.
John gives me a hard time for calling people resources. Good God.
Yeah. Yeah, rightfully so. Anyways, yeah, it is.
I had a big discussion about this on Twitter last week or the week before.
Well, obviously it wasn't Reddit because you would have been banned by now.
So anyway, you said you're really good at your job.
I'm getting
turned around
very...
because there's been other
So a
times
friend of
recently
mine,
where you weren't?
a friend of mine said to me recently,
A
a friend of mine
said to you,
a friend of mine said to me recently was there are a lot of things that you take for granted, and the better you get at something, the more you take things for granted. So when you are really good at PHP development, you say, hey, use a match instead of a switch here. Or if you're really good at QA, you say, here's the service you're supposed to use. If you don't like that service, here's the other service you're supposed to use. If you're really good at a product deployment, then Jenkins had this X downtime, and this other product had this uptime, and deployment pipelines have to have these elements in it. And you get so used to it after a period of time that it just becomes like common sense to you. And people will come to you and say, how do you do this thing? And you say, you just do it. Like
kind of what we've been talking about, this whole trying to find out how to optimize your queries and stuff.
right.
Anyway, go ahead.
Right, because if you have a DBA, your DBA is like, oh yeah, no, you just have to bring this other service in and then replicate your data over to it and do this and this and this. I'm not a DBA. I don't know the answers to that problem. I'm also not a QA manager. I don't know the answers to that problem. I'm a PHP developer. And lately I've had a lot of meetings where I was asked, hey, what's the solution to this issue? And I felt stupid saying, well, here's the common sense answer. But I've started getting more and more comfortable with, here's how you solve that problem, without saying, like, didn't you know that?
Yeah, that's probably not their best approach.
Right. But getting comfortable with the people that you work with and the area of knowledge that they're experts in versus you're an expert in, and then sort of resetting your standard for what you consider to be common sense is like one of the things I struggle with the most.
Yeah, didn't you know that?
Yeah, I shoulda. The other thing is that my previous Slack group was at a porn company, and I have to be very careful about what I say in my current Slack group because like I can't quite remember what was appropriate or not appropriate anymore. But I have recently sort of reset my concept of what common sense is. And that has made me much better at my job.
Has it made you better at your job, or just more confident in your skill set? Removing that imposter syndrome.
What the opposite of it?
Or what I'm saying is, are you just more comfortable and are moving past having imposter syndrome in your current role? Because for a long time, I feel like that's what you were struggling with. You were stuck feeling like you felt like you didn't belong for a long time.
And that feeling's natural. You should go with it.
Yeah.
No, it's actually outside of that realm of imposter syndrome, and it's more into the area of assumptions. So I had assumed, given the developers and the expertise that of the people that I work with, that we were running MySQL slow query log and someone was looking at it. Because that's what you do. And I had a series of meetings where we came to the conclusion we should enable that, and somebody should be the owner of that data. And it was like, well, of course, but I'm the most database-centric expert in the group, and I hadn't mentioned it because I figured it was an assumed behavior within the company. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And So I sort of like,
And-
I sort of.
But you're also saying you're not
myself.
the DBA, but you're that person.
Well, I'm not the DBA, and that comes from being part of a startup. You don't get all the people that you want immediately, and you don't want to solve all your problems with hiring somebody to solve one problem either. Do you know what I mean? Like so many of the problems that we run into, I keep trying to think like, hey, we could hire a DBA and that would fix it. And I'm not in charge of the money. I have to come up with solutions outside of, hey, throw money at the problem. It's
But
been
you're working
interesting.
for a startup, and that's what they do, isn't it?
I guess the last time I worked for a startup was in 99. And I had a lot of people who were way better at me telling me to temper my expectations. And I was 20 years old, and I was like, temper my expectations for what? I'm going to be a millionaire. Fuck off. And now I'm in the situation where I'm telling people to like, hey, temper your expectations, understand how each individual provides value. And if you're not giving honest input, we're not maintaining a system here. So you have to give your honest input, and hard decisions have to be made. One of them is, do we solve this with money being thrown at a SaaS or a new employee, or
Or a development group that you have connection with? I mean, what?
Oddly enough, hasn't come up. But I'm starting.
He gets all upset we don't mention him on Voice of the Elephant, but here we are trying to make a living and we don't come up. Just go on.
It's a value proposition. And I understand that mentioning me on Voices of the Elephant provides no value.
All right. Do you want
Which
another tool?
Makes it all the more hurtful.
You want another tool for your
Would've-
database toolkit since you're the
cost you
database
nothing.
person?
Yeah.
PMM. Have you used it? Percona Monitoring and Management.
So, yes and no. That falls on operations, and that was
So does the slow query log. What are you
Yes,
talking
so
about?
this
You
was
said you were the database guy.
Well, so operations right now focuses on APM, application performance monitoring.
Yep.
And we actually don't have operations, we have DevOps. So a large amount of their workload is supporting developer life cycles.
Okay.
So yeah, like the Percona thing, that's operations. It's not DevOps.
But my point was, you had brought up the slow query log, which you brought up to people saying somebody should be looking at this.
But I know that. I know
is it-
that because 10 years ago I had to do it once. And I am the oldest programmer within the entire team that we have. We have a lot of very, very bright young developers. But there's a lot of stuff that I assumed to be universal knowledge or common sense that I am just now realizing, oh yeah, I learned that before these people graduated high school.
Okay. I'm sorry for bringing up. My point was, I'm just trying to help you learn something new that you could bring back to your team. And maybe some people that listen to us might say, oh, what is this PMM? Maybe I'll go look at it. It's been a good tool that not only looks for slow queries, but also monitors the health of your database servers, lots of graphs, lots of information. Do with it as you will.
Our big focus this week is QA. And I wanted...
Hey, mine too.
I wanted a SaaS that provided QA analytics and management. And like I didn't even know where to start searching for that on Google.
Let me know when you find it.
I did. I met up with a friend of mine tonight, and who is a QA engineer, and he said, "Oh yeah, we use TestRail. Everyone uses TestRail."
Oh yeah, I've heard of TestRail. Never mind. Tell me when you find something good.
Well, like you said, everyone uses TestRail, and the great thing about Google and their lawsuit with Toyota in the early aughts is that you can search for TestRail and results for competitors can come up.
Mm-hmm.
And if you search for TestRail, there are no competitors. But it integrates with Jira, which is what I need.
Mm-hmm. I haven't heard much from Eric. Eric, how about your week? Have you done anything fun? Interesting? Thoughtful?
I'm back to coding, so I'm really excited about that. I for a couple months, like during the whole move, getting a few hours to sit down and code was just like such a challenge. With the end of my year last year, I'm not sure everybody can get their head around how chaotic things got between.
I thought we were pretty clear that you were living under a bridge.
Between taking over PHP Roundtable, which I still need to figure out what I'm going to do with that, then taking over PHP Architect, then selling my house and buying a house, and then having emergency oral surgery, all within a time frame of like a month, or maybe 2 months, all that happened. It was absolutely bonkers for me. I told John, I'm pretty accustomed to working a lot. Like, I don't know, it's corny. I really don't consider this work. I just love coding so much that I'll do it through the night. And people have mentioned I should not be slacking questions at 3:00 in the morning. And I never expect responses. I have a very short-term memory issue. Like if I don't slack,
you assume people
turn.
You assume people like turn their machines off, their phones off.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm not expecting a response. I'm just putting it out there. I'll do it to John all the time. I'm like, hey, you don't have to reply to this. I'm just putting this question here. Thank God Slack now has that thing where you can schedule Slacks. I do that to John all the time. I'll schedule a Slack to send to him. But
I haven't seen that.
You can set it at 3 in the morning. It's okay. I'll ignore it until I'm up.
But the last couple of weeks, I really got an opportunity to sit down and code again, and I've been able to engage with a client that I'm working on to do some coding for them, and we're working on some projects that I'm getting back into the workflow of doing some code reviews for, and so I'm just happy to be coding. Like we were talking earlier about the enums thing. It's like that was so much fun just to kind of do something new in PHP. There not being like a million blog posts on how to do it correctly, and then trying to kind of figure it out for yourself. That's just been my week the last week, and I am not complaining about it.
So,
and you got a magazine out. How awesome is that?
And I got a magazine out. What I would consider on time.
For sure.
Well, you didn't celebrate Betty White's 100th birthday before she died. So
I saw that.
I consider that on time.
Yeah.
No, I'm totally with you. I have to apologize. I said that reflection at some point, some time ago, I said that PHP's reflection methods or reflection functionality was for framework developers only, and real developers didn't have to worry about it too much. I implemented a good chunk of reflection in my new code on Tuesday that like made me so happy, where I fetched the return type of a method without calling the method, which in Laravel, if you call the method and it's a relationship, then you have like an n+1 issue.
Right, you inherit all that relationship. Yeah.
Right. So I figured out a way of mocking a model in PHP and executing all of the same sort of behaviors of having a magic method for determining if it's a relationship or not. And it's like, I have like 5 lines of code that I'm just like hot about. Like really, I like want to share it to everyone and be like, yeah, isn't this shit fucking hot? It is so good. It is so tight. And no, I totally know what you mean. Like getting into coding, you know, my issue lately has been I don't get into coding too much. And I'm trying to figure that out with scheduling on my calendar. Like here's my coding time. If you schedule a meeting with me during my coding time, it's auto rejected because this is my coding time. But in the
That's
position,
we talk about that last week, the whole manager versus developer scheduling.
Right. And this is something that was mentioned to me like 9 years ago. I had a manager who was not a coder anymore, who said, hey, you have to make a career decision. Do you want to be a coder or do you want to be a manager? And I told him I want to be a coder. I don't want to be a manager. And now, as somebody who's been in the code for 20 years, I kind of want to be a manager.
Get off my podcast. Get off my goddamn podcast. Get off it.
No, I am equally offended by my own feelings. Like I love coding, but sometimes I just want to like see good code and clap and like pat somebody on the back and be like, man, that's fucking great. You did exactly what you can do. You know, and sometimes I feel that satisfaction of where I set time aside for myself and I'm like, I can do that. Sure, it sucks. But like coding sucks. Yeah. Where like you're looking but
fun.
But you're looking at a test suite for 6 hours where it's like failed.
But
and then
you're talking about the management side of the happy path of somebody does great work and you want to pat them on the back and say good job. What about the people that aren't pulling their weight and you got to say, shit, you're not pulling your weight. Like you're not doing a good job.
That's right. Yep.
That part sucks.
I can see it in his eyes every time he talks to me. He's not happy with it.
And that can't be good. I hope we're still recording here.
Oh boy. You with us, Tom?
I am now.
Okay.
But you know who is pulling their weight?
Who's pulling their weight?
Our patrons.
Thank you, patrons. Show your screen.
Oh, shit.
It's February. It's a new month. It's a new screen.
Oh, is it? I didn't even look. Oh, that's great.
And we have a new Patreon.
And we have a new logo. Look at that.
And we have
oh my God,
logo.
we haven't even talked about the logo.
You see how easy it is, Tom, not to talk about something that seems so obvious? Thanks to our Discord channel at discord.phpugly.com. If you listen to the audio podcast, you might not be aware that there's a little bit of pregame before we start recording, but there's a lot of post-game.
A lot of post-game.
And last week after the show, everybody who was hanging out with us in Discord went through and saw all the different variations of the new PHPUgly logo, and everybody voted on which one they liked the best, and got a bing, bada boom.
Also, if you want to know why I'm now canceled on Twitter and Facebook, oof, I got to drink less.
What are you talking about?
I don't know where that came from.
I don't either.
Ed G is our new patron on Patreon.
Yes,
Our new logo. Tell us about the new logo, Eric, because we got this. This is the first of like 7 iterations that we went through. I wanted
angry. Good.
I wanted an angry elephant.
You wanted a bunch of triangles, elephant. You were really hung up on that. I felt bad we couldn't deliver on that.
Well, yeah, not a single sample of that. But
no,
angry was my second, like mean angry elephant was my second stipulation.
I wanted an eye patch, but John voted me down on the eye patch. I really wanted an eye patch in my elephant.
Okay. Well, I know that's not true because I told you why I wanted an eye patch.
No, Eric really wanted one.
I really, John and I had a lot of conversations around it. Yeah.
So
I really wanted the eye patch.
Eric, did you never tell John why I thought an eye patch was really, really funny?
I don't recall.
I honestly
hearing
don't
this.
remember if you told me. What?
Because there was only one eyeball.
Why would an eye patch be funny?
There's only one eyeball.
Are you making a joke about Eric again?
Yeah.
Are you talking about? Is it me you're referring to?
Stop.
You're
Why do you keep bringing that up?
You're such a mean individual.
I don't. I just told Eric
every week.
Time. Just relax.
Every week you say something about it.
Do I?
Pretty much.
No, Kaylin. The answer is no.
Kaylin in Discord is asking, does SDPHP do online meetings?
You don't have to make it public.
SDPHP doesn't do meetups, period, right now. Online or otherwise. I blame John. No, sorry.
Also, I want to thank Kaylin for taking accountability for dropping several tables last week.
He didn't take accountability. It wasn't him.
He messaged me privately on Slack. You guys didn't see it because it was just me.
You sound like a kid making up a story right now. No.
Which, by the way, kids are big into it.
Said he was super sorry.
Man, John, your one boy is a natural ball player, man. I hope you stick with it there.
He impresses me all the time. I don't know where he got it from because it's definitely not me.
I saw that video too. Clearly not you. I don't know where he's getting it from. But
it's funny because it's true.
Put a frisbee in that boy's hands. He's useless.
No, the kid's got a swing, man. I'm not even joking.
I don't know where my second one gets it from, but sports, batting, he's a lefty batter. I don't know where that came from because he does everything else right-handed.
Does he throw right-handed too?
Yeah, my youngest does that. Yeah,
he is going to be dangerous, man. I'm telling you, you gotta let him stick with that.
He got a huge kick. I took him to the park today to use his new little pitching machine that he got, and he swung at it, missed, but he spun completely around, and as he fell to the ground, the bat came back around his back and hit the ball. So we both just started cracking up laughing.
Yeah, kid's a natural.
He is.
Oh boy. I've apparently insulted Kaylin enough that he's switched to Twitch chat instead of Discord.
We got a lot of people wanting to attend the SDPHP meetup, John. Not like we don't hold a PHP meetup every week.
Not just a meetup. You guys got called out for hosting a conference on Cal Evans's Voices of the Elephant. And I swear to God, if you announce it anywhere other than here, I will hunt you down and kill you.
It's already been announced.
I mean, I think he means officially announced. Officially announced. Yes, only thing we've announced is our intention. Our intention is to bring back PHP Tech in 2023. So we want to be clear. We're not trying to do it this year. We still think it might be a little too soon. And for a conference the size of PHP Tech, we need a little bit more runway as far as getting a venue that's big enough. But John and I are actively working towards getting PHP Tech in 2023. That is our intention.
When, where, how, what, all those are TBD.
I'm upset that you're not including the term variant, like anywhere in the conference, like the PHP Tech variant, or like PHP Tech 2023 variant, because apparently that's the height of comedy right now.
Yeah, we're not very funny. We just want to have
I know. No, I'm well aware.
Conference.
I'm well aware. I carried the show.
You think that's what you do?
Did you guys hear about FabPot?
What about him?
Negative.
Fabian Potentier. Good Google searching. Fabian Potentier, the I guess BDFL of Symfony has joined the board of directors for
you can tell it's late in the show and Tom is getting drunker.
Happening? Board of directors for
platform.sh.
Oh, really? Interesting. I think Larry Garfield worked for them for a hot minute. I don't think he does anymore. I haven't looked at platform.sh. What are you seeing on the board of directors there?
So platform.sh is doing a big mix-up of their executive level. Fabian Potentier and Ori Peckelman are now the seniors on the board of directors for platform.sh. You know, I really appreciate the support that the Discord channel gives me. I'm trying to bring this back. I'm trying to bring this back.
You don't read all the hate email we get after each show.
Sure does.
Fuck is Tom talking about? Fuck that guy.
I've got a great filter.
Wait till the March issue of PHP Architect.
It's coming. The March issue of PHP
explicitly mentions me as someone who doesn't know what he's doing.
Oh, we really hope so. We will not accept the article unless it does. See, that's why. Don't you know the whole thing? That's why we're trying to control the media. If you control the media, you control the narrative. So we're going to start putting out our own spin on stories. Yeah, Platform SH. I know that they did a lot with PHP. I know they're very PHP friendly. A few PHP people big in the PHP community have worked there. What, Tom?
So there was an attempted bribe
of
Michael Dorinda is in Discord right now. I have no idea, Michael. I'm sorry you might have joined late. It's late in the show. Everything's pretty much going off the rails. We're trying to herd Tom back into like some
we should wrap up and move this to the after show.
No, I want to hear how many elephant puns Eric can make about hurting me and.
Go ahead. What were you saying?
You guys were trying to bribe me with a case of beer to write about Web 3.0.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah.
And I discovered web3isgoinggreat.com, which basically covers everything I would ever want to say about Web 3.0. It is a list of rug pulls, blockchain hacks, NFT hacks, and everything that Web 3.0 is miserably failing at or being like non-existent about. I highly recommend everyone check out web3isgoinggreat.com because
So Web3 is around crypto? Well, it's stupid. We've already talked about how stupid crypto is.
yes. The idea of Web3 is a distributed host for a web page. So like issuing a homepage as an NFT so that it's your homepage and no one can like fake it, but you also can't update it without paying $26. It's real dumb. And,
Okay.
and
I had no clue it was wrapped around crypto. I assumed it was the next iteration. So it sounds like somebody just coined the term Web 3.0 and is trying to make it a big thing, but it's not.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
But
that's 100% what it is.
In his drunken babbling, actually does touch on a very good point. Everybody is welcome to write for PHP Architect. If you have an article you'd like to contribute, reach out to John and I. We will hold your hand and walk you through the process. Let you know what we need. We have a nice little workflow now. Always
And we'll
looking
pay
for
you.
interesting. And we will pay you. There is money involved. We will give you cash money.
And you'll get a print copy of it so you can show off your article. You can frame it.
Is that the right takeaway from my drunken rambling?
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
It's the most.
All right.
It's the most coherent you've been all night.
I'm on board.
I am literally begging my friends to write for this because I know so many people in the community who are so smart.
Haven't begged me, which speaks volumes.
We offered you a case of beer. What are you talking about? We don't offer anybody
write
You
about
started this whole
Web3.
conversation with that. But yeah, I mean, so many interesting takes out there, so many cool things. We're open to it all. I mean, we're running a whole series on Raspberry Pi right now. I mean, we definitely like the PHP focused, and I'm looking for some really strong PHP articles. And we have a couple that are in the pipeline now that I'm really excited about. PHP internals. I would love to get some PHP internal stuff, but come on, guys!
An article about how you're using Reflection now. That would work.
Reflections. There you go, Tom. You can write an article about how reflections are actually a good thing.
See,
and come on, Michael Durner, you want to hold our hand?
Seeing as,
Come on,
I would say 50% of the people who subscribe to the magazine are in our Discord channel.
No.
No.
You know how many subscribers we have?
How many?
That sounds very rude. Thank you very much.
don't.
Okay. So we have
yes, it was rude, and B, I'm sorry.
Thank you. All right. Continue.
Oh no, how many subscribers do we have?
Well, it's not public knowledge, but good. It was just like half the people that subscribe are in. It was like, so we've got like 50
more than 10,
subscribers.
less than 1 million. I'll round it off for you.
All right. I would like to know if the ugly herd would like me to write something and what they would like me to write. Write about.
Doesn't have to be the herd. Just come up with something. Let us know what you're thinking.
Look at him going full manager now. He's like trying to get the Discord.
He's like, Discord, your job is to tell me what to write about.
And then somebody write it for me. I'll put my name on it if I approve.
I don't create solutions. I approve solutions. Okay.
I'm smart enough to recognize a good solution. That's what you want in a company.
I'm not. And if this solution that I approve does not work out,
Really,
that
really not
falls on
selling
you.
yourself here.
This podcast is more
if you made it
difficult
this
than I
far
expected
in this show, thank you so much for listening. This has been crazy.
There you go. There you go. Bucky wants you to write about them. There you go. write about how you write
All right.
write jobs for Horizon. And
Bucky
them.
is
There you go.
permanently banned. What is
So
Rust
scaly.
and
Alright.
why should we use it? I swear to God. All right. What you've made apparent is immediately that I should not trust the Discord channel.
Well, maybe at 10:15 Pacific Coast time at night is not the best time to ask our world audience who watch us live questions. You just don't know what you're going to get.
But
But
you're
I love-
welcome to join us
But
anytime.
I love that.
Oh, I'm not even exaggerating.
God,
Discord is one of the things I look forward to every week. It
How much
makes
would-
my workday go so smoothly.
I kind of want to write about Vim now. Like
I will not
just-
allow that.
I know you won't.
I have some pull, so you really want to heed my warning on this one.
By the way,
but
we
if-
only pay if we accept your article to be published, not just if you submit anything.
That's true.
Let me make that clear real quick. You have to
Good
have a
call.
contract in your hand and submit an article we will accept to get paid.
all
There's
right.
a lot of stipulations here.
Article title: Why Vim is for losers.
Okay, that's it. We're gonna wrap it up for episode 272 of PHP Ugly. I'm Eric.
I'm John.
I'm Tom.
Keep it
Keep it
ugly.
Keep it ugly.
1, 2, 1, 2. Coming off the top, y'all know how we do.
Yeah,
Listen,
pretend like
I'ma drop a
people
freestyle you
understand.
can
Or
cherish.
like I can hear
I'ma
it.
send a
Like
shout
it.
out to the host named Eric. Yo, he's never on some average shit. You know, Eric, he stays loud and passionate. I'm about to break it down for y'all with the clever song. Yo, shout the host named Thomas, cause he's never wrong. Yo, shout to John. You know that he's smart and quiet, unlike my freestyles, which cause a riot. I'm about to do it like this, cause the people love me. Shouts out to PHP, the ugly. It's called ugly, cause it's not professional. But I'm about to come through and bless it with style. So let's do it when I'm spitting, I perfume the room. Yo, the segment of the show is called Doom and Gloom. That came from Thomas. Yeah, can nobody go beyond
Frank.
this? I get the mic and then I'm about to keep it like a promise. Yeah, and y'all know we fill them up with anguish. We talking about the PHP, the programming language. About to break it down, no exaggeration.
Bucky.
What do y'all do for a living? Web applications. Okay,
Hillary, I
I
like
can
where you're
dig
going
it.
with
My
that.
words spray tight. They getting together on the Thursday nights. Yeah, when it comes to rhyming, you can call me the new dude. I spew true lyrics while y'all broadcast on YouTube. So let's get it. You know my lyrics are major. All up in the comments, they got plenty of haters, but they doing what they doing. Keep it ugly. We ending every show with the saying it's lovely. Let's go.
Let's go.
Woo. All right.
Yes.
That was a weird pause.
I do need to write an article
Absolutely
for
you
you
do.
guys. I do need to write an article for you guys.
You need to stop the
Stop.
feedback too. All right.
For real, what do I write about? Because so much of my energy on the podcast.
Okay, so I don't want to suggest this, and I'm very serious. I'm looking for PHP heavy contributions, but somebody in your position, it would not be
Whoa, what does that mean?
unreasonable to write about the transition from a everyday developer to a manager and some of the lessons you've learned, like what you talked about here about just some of the stuff you've talked about with how people treated you when you were first a developer and how you thought that was stupid. Now you find yourself giving developers the same advice. That would not be a completely out of realm article, but I would really, really like you to think about trying to do something PHP focused and heavy.
Like how you solved different problems from API calls, an exorbitant amount of API calls, or using reflection. You've talked about.
Thanks, Sevi.
You're doing that now. Really, a problem that you had that you solved that you could expand on, write a story about it, make it interesting, and write it in 2,500 to 3,500 words.
All right, give me 1 second. 1 second.
Wait. Okay, go ahead. Good. I need a picture from you.
for a YouTube thumbnail.
Yeah, I'm trying to stick with the headshots here. Why can't I see? I can't see you now, John. How do I? What happened? Oh, here we go. I got it. There we go. How about Discord? Since we have you hanging out with us, what do you guys think of the YouTube thumbnails? I'm just curious. If I'm wasting my time on those things. I sometimes enjoy doing them. Sometimes I'm kind of like, this isn't so much fun. Although John gave me a huge compliment this week. He says I was. What did you say? I'm our graphic designer or something.
Yeah, you are. I forget how I said it, but you've been doing our ads. I mean, you have been doing our graphics for the magazine. It's been. It was different. I wasn't expecting you to jump into that role. Yeah. I have to point out that 270 and 271 have more views than the previous many episodes.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay.
Like not an insignificant number of views. Going from 90 to 120. That's
you're right.
That's a big increase.
On what?
Damn.
What am I missing?
We're talking about the new thumbnails having our pictures in it.
Oh yeah.
And
hey, look at that. And although it's not a thumbnail of us, it's a picture of a person. Episode 264 is the same thing.
No, but the quarter screen face shot is like super important.
All right, so I need a face shot of you. I'm gonna do. Give me. Let me make your.
Do you want me to go full YouTube with it? Because I can.
I'm gonna do. You look.
We've already done that one. We did that one last week. Do you not remember?
Yeah, no, that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter in the slightest.
Move
whether
your
or not we've done it before.
Move your microphone. Man, I'm going to Photoshop that so hard.
Just use that one we have from 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, whatever it was.
Would you guys listen to me for? Stop with the surprise face. I'm not doing surprise face. I mean, look like you're looking in a mirror, like lovingly into a mirror. Just look like like you're a princess.
Yeah, I don't do that. Don't do that.
Yes, you will do it. Take your headphones off. Do it. God damn it. Stop moving. Do it again. Okay, perfect. Hold.
He can't hear you.
God damn it. I can't. It doesn't go that fast. Holy crap. This is gold. Holy shit.
That should give you plenty.
I just need to start doing the window next time. I gotta stop trying to do the area. I just gotta do the whole window next time. Oh god.
You guys not understand. I watch a lot of YouTube videos.
Okay, well Buttery says you have to do duck face. Eric, you ready? He's gonna do duck face. Go.
Do duck face. Do it. Do duck face. Oh, God damn it. Oh, Jesus.
I'm a fucking professional, and you know it.
Oh, my God. I've got material. I got stuff for thumbnails for the rest of the year, I think. Oh, God. All right.
That's
That was
hilarious.
Somebody turn them into emojis. I can do that, actually.
No! No, we can't. Someone remove his privilege. Oh, no.
It's actually pretty easy. All right. Well, we're gonna have a whole new set of emojis coming to Discord.
And thanks for the people that have boosted our server so we can have those emojis.
Yeah, also for us not understanding what boosting means until just after. Oh, God, fuck. This is bad.
What?
I lost it.
Here
it is.
Well, I guess I'm going to T-ball Saturday.
Oh, it's not snowing there? You're not snowed in?
No,
I am.
I thought he wasn't starting until March, and I just got the email. Oh, by the way, we've had our first practice on February 5th. Okay, that's a month earlier than I thought. But he will be super excited about it.
He's gonna kill it, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, your kids are cool. It's a real bummer.
Yeah, yep.
My kids yell at me for having personal time.
Well, I'm about to have a lot of personal time because I'm going to be flying.
No, you're not.
I'm going to jump off a cliff.
You're just gliding.
I'm going to jump off a cliff.
Didn't you
How
start?
awesome is that?
Didn't you start flight lessons too?
I'm a
he's
private
a pilot.
pilot. I haven't flown in 20 years, but I'm a private pilot.
Did you not know that?
I've got my pilot's license.
I think it came up once, and I was.
I legitimately tried to
indignant.
get him to buy a Diego Dev airplane. I wanted an airplane.
Well, yeah, you would do that even if he wasn't a pilot.
Yeah, pretty much.
True.
Like, hey,
Yeah.
you got this.
Oh, you know we should get a plane.
Absolutely.
Hey, Tom, you coming to my poker night on Saturday?
So one of the things I haven't brought up in this podcast or this episode is I'm trying to establish personal time, like personal life, work life divisions.
So it's a yes.
It could be. I'm working harder than I've ever worked.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure when we started this podcast, none of us wore glasses. Now we all wear glasses.
We're pretty sure, yeah. No, like I started setting goals for myself during my like work hours to achieve like X number of story points or achievements. Spike tickets don't have story points, so I count them in my head personally, but like time spent working. Whereas like my previous job, I was like a 2 or a 3 hour programmer where like my daily programming work was maybe 2 hours. I had so little to do. I just really like spread it out. And then I got equity in this company a week and a half ago, and I was like, fuck, man, I can build something. Like, I can really be a core component of something great, or at least something valuable. Because like with my previous job, I wasn't the content producer. Like I didn't make the thing that we sold. But now in this company as a programmer, I like make the thing we sell. And I'm like suddenly super invested in it. And like I want to be a workaholic. I want to work my ass off. So I've set my new standards like super high for myself. And when I'm not hitting those standards, I try to like pivot to management tasks where I can say like, well, yeah, I'm not getting code out, but I'm getting work done. And like, that's kind of the thing I want to write about as a developer is like, where are you when you've been a developer for 25 years? Like, where do you find yourself? And I know that's not like an interesting story, but that's where I am right now.
Yeah, you're right. Not interesting at all. Please don't write about that.
But you guys are not in a dissimilar situation. I mean, like you as developers have started taking on non-development tasks and trying to like build something that is outside of the scope of code.
Example?
Right? Well, I don't know, the magazine and the 3 podcasts.
But all very heavily PHP related, though. I mean,
2 of
I don't
them.
know.
This one, I don't think we mentioned PHP, except for that one point where I got confused and started talking about Fabien Potentier. It's like, weren't we talking about PHP? I thought we were. Shit. Like, and I'm also overwhelmed. The guy who does the Laravel Magazine podcast, like I want to communicate with him.
He I think he's very open to being communicated with.
Yeah, absolutely. And he reaches out to me and I'm like, fuck, I gotta do that. Because I want to do that. But like, man, if we weren't scheduled to do this every Thursday night at exactly this time of day, we'd be done. I couldn't do it. Like everything in my life has to be tightly scheduled right now. And I want to help him out and I want to be there and like I want to extend myself. But I keep having trouble actually doing it.
I'm making your YouTube thumbnail, and it's pretty awesome. So awesome. It's gonna be my favorite thumbnail ever. How do I do this though? How do I do this? Oh, I'm really not a good friend. I should not have this. Though. I should not.
Dude, you know I don't
this.
care. Bucky, you're saying that you're in a similar situation. Here's the thing: is that I intentionally 4 months ago intentionally overloaded myself. I put myself way above what I was capable of doing. And today I'm capable of doing it. And this is the problem with being comfortable as a programmer is that once you know something, you say, I've got this, I get it, I can fucking do this. And someone gives you a complicated problem that you can't solve, you either defer to someone who can, or you suffer the consequences of not being able to do it until you can. And 3 months ago, I was in a bad place. I was not happy with where I put myself, but I got better. And now I'm really happy with where I put myself because I've improved at what I do. And I would not have improved at what I do had I not forced myself into a really like bad position, or what I perceived as a bad position. And man, that breakthrough that I had this week where I'm like, I get this shit. I'm in charge. I make rules. I own the code. It was like, it felt so good. Like, yeah, there's no place on a normal podcast for me to just like pat myself on the back because
You do a pretty good job at it, though.
Exactly. But I feel, and when I talk to you and John, I feel like you guys are out of the growth period. You guys are like confident in what you do, and I'm still not.
Not at all.
Right. And
Not
like
at all.
that, you have to push yourself into an uncomfortable territory. It's great. It's great to be there. Sucks for a while. Sure sucks for a while. But it's great to be there when you're there. When you've you've ascended to the next stage of your career or the next stage of your self-awareness or knowledge. Man, this model proxy, I wrote a proxy for Laravel models, and it's so cool. It's so cool. And it uses reflection to like identify what the return type is supposed to be for a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And if the object of the relationship doesn't exist, then it creates a null object which doesn't produce a attribute not defined on null object error. So like I can return null all the way down like this inherited chain of relationships. It's so cool. I'm so excited about it.
Where'd John go?
I think his dog had to poop. Did you guys see the snow?
Oh, I meant to ask you about that. Did you get some snow?
We got about 8 inches.
Yeah.
Enough to make me not want to take the trash out. But my wife loves our dog more than life itself.
He's not here.
Let me see if I can pull up that picture.
Eric?
He's right there.
Eric, what am I missing? He's not here, is he?
Who?
Who are you talking about?
Didn't you just ask Tom if he got some snow?
Yeah, I'm talking to Tom.
Where? Talking to yourself?
No. I think Discord, you guys can still see Tom, right? Have I lost my shit here?
I'm looking at Video Ninja. He's not in here. I can't hear him at all.
I haven't said anything.
You didn't hear that? What the hell's going on right now? You messing with me?
No, I'm in Video Ninja with just you.
That's strange.
Oh wait, I'll play along. Yeah, you're right. Tom is gone.
Where'd
Wait, is
I
that what was
go?
I'm sorry.
Seriously.
I didn't pick up on that.
No, seriously.
I'm serious. He's right here. As far as I know.
I
Where's
can
Discord
hear
at?
John. I feel like I'm a ghost now.
I saw you
ask-
shared a picture of his dog.
Ask John.
I thought you were talking to yourself.
Ask John to hold up a number.
Hold up a number. What's that going to do? He can hear me. I can see him.
Close your close your eyes. Eric, close your eyes.
Okay. I'll turn my back. Okay.
Ask John
All
to
right.
hold up a number.
John, hold up a number.
2.
2.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
So he can see me, but I can't see him.
Am I a ghost?
He can see and hear you.
Am I a ghost?
What the hell's going on? Weird.
Oh wait, it's that type of night, Tom. You might have passed on, man. Cause you were killing it.
All right, I'm gonna try refreshing this, or are we hanging
Please.
up anyway?
You're not missing a lot here, John.
Please refresh. This is embarrassing.
Tom says, don't worry about it. Just piss off.
No! No!
I'm so confused.
I don't know. But Kaylin says, I see Tom.
Yeah, everyone
Yeah,
sees me
Tom
except for
but me, but
John.
That might be good.
He
That's
said he
weird,
was
'cause
gonna,
all you
he said
did
he
was
was
walk away
okay.
from...
There he goes. He's refreshing now.
He's just. We should all leave. Oh shit, he's back.
Where'd John go?
Yeah, now I see everything. That was weird.
Where'd John go?
Weird.
Eric, can you hear John?
We cannot. No. Oh god.
I should have taken a screenshot of my Video Ninja window.
I was there the whole time.
Asshole.
I could hear you and see you.
I obviously you knew how many fingers I was holding up.
It was 2.
I
What
know.
was weird? What was weird is you didn't do anything. You just walked away from your system and you came back, right?
Right.
Right,
That
I came
was
back.
You didn't refresh or anything.
No. Deal with my kid.
Which one?
My older one.
That means nothing to me.
Grayson.
Oh, shit, that means nothing too.
Oh, stop, John. My monitor's fine. I got 3 glorious monitors.
Okay, so you got the
Although
one.
Synergy sucks. I gotta say that much.
It does
What?
suck. This is true.
Yeah. Don't use Synergy. Use Barrier.
Okay, well, where were you a week ago when I was needing that information?
Literally saying this for the last 2 years.
Literally.
No, like for
Barrier?
the last. Yeah, Barrier.
Barrier KVM?
Yes.
Throwing the new
They-
logo on the
They had to name
thumbnail.
it that because Barrier the results for Google on Barrier just show up other stuff.
Well, that's
Barrier-
Synergy Core. It's forked from
Yes.
Synergy Core.
Yes, and it has 10 times more development than Synergy does.
Okay, I gotta be honest with you. The new logo on the thumbnail, it's not so obvious it's a logo. Like, I don't feel like it's obvious that's the logo.
Where? On the Discord channel?
No, on the thumbnail I'm creating.
All right, so I need to install this on my Mac. Okay.
So there's a lot of aliasing on the logo. Do you have the vector?
I think so. I don't know what I have right now.
Okay, so I know we've gone over this like
Don't
a couple
give me advice.
times
You have it.
in the past. But if you have the vector, you have to scale the vector and then save it.
It's not a scale issue. It's just the logo does. It's not clear. It's not obvious to me. It's a logo. It looks like it's just like an image on the. Don't worry about it.
Do you have it without the microphone?
Hi, come on up here. Come on.
Do you have the side shot without the microphone?
Yes. No, side shot without the microphone? No. I have a front shot without a microphone.
Which one are you using for?
You will find out shortly. What is 272?
272.
I'm actually pretty happy with this one. We're downloading it. I'll put it in. I'll put it in Discord because I can't put it on YouTube until you stop the stream. So I'll put it in Discord real fast.
Oh, the stream never stops then.
Here you go. Keep the stream going all night. Here you go. Thumbnail coming in hot to Discord if you guys are hanging out.
That's not how mirrors work.
It's funny because it's true, but it's still funny.
Do you need a shot of the back of my head?
No. What?
Because it's a mirror. Mirrors don't reflect the thing. That's not how mirrors work.
It's a freaking thumbnail, you jackass. It's awesome. All right. I gotta edit a podcast.
I like that you still put your hand up to your mouth.
Yeah, it's acting.
Oh my God.
I love it when John loses his shit like this.
Oh, that's crazy.
What is this?
What are you doing?
You're posting a picture of my dog?
What are you
Dude,
talking about? You
I feel
there you go.
like
good call, Buttery.
Buttery to the rescue.
if that were the case, not to be pedantic, although also to be
But you will
pedantic
be.
on purpose. If it was a mirror reflecting my reflection onto that other mirror, then my hand would still be in the same position.
But what if it was a 45 to a 45 and then onto there?
You would have to use a split mirror to create a hologram to actually
Perfect.
achieve
That's
that.
what we did. That's what we did.
Perfect. All right, I'm going to think about what kind of article I want to write for you
And we'll
based
expect
off
it in
of
2023.
based off of the last 20 minutes of you guys being very mean. You want PHP centric?
I do.
Of course, we are a PHP magazine.
All right, let me think about it. I'll start writing something up.
All right, let me think about it.
Well, pass it to us first before you write something up. I don't want you to spend all your time writing something, and then we're like, nah, that's not going to work for the magazine.
Oh, no, don't worry. I'll spend very little actual time. I will just stay awake for hours and hours.
See what comes to you.
Dude, this...
Wait.
I have not been sleeping well, and I can give you the JIRA issue number that has caused me to not be sleeping well lately. This is not good. I've got it solved now, so hopefully I'll sleep well tonight, but not so well that I miss my stand-up in the morning.
Dude, I am almost done the podcast. Hey, I don't know who gave me the Clear Voice link in Discord. Gishu, I think it might have been Gishu. Somebody gave me a link to a service called Clear Voice that I was using. It does a good job. It does a lot of cutting out of ums, ands, buts. But man, the last couple of shows, and it's almost always Tom. it clips Tom like he has nothing significant or useful to say. It's just crazy. So I've actually stopped using it last week on the PHPUgly podcast. I still use it on the PHP podcast that John and I do.
Oh.
But I really want to use it again because it was a really good service. I say that, then I can honestly say nobody noticed any difference in the quality, so maybe it wasn't.
You're not supposed to notice.
Yeah. I liked it a lot. I wish I'm going to give it some time and give it to you. It takes a very long time. So I've been editing the podcast after the podcast. As a matter of fact, I'm editing it right now. And
we know.
I run it through a service, another service that cleans up and normalizes everything, does a really good job with that. But this Clear Voice was doing a good job at cutting out the ands and buts. But man, my God, it took so long to run. Like it would take another hour from the time I submit it to the time it finished editing the podcast. And when it starts hitting like 1 o'clock in the morning, I'm like, come on. Because by that time I have all the Simplecast stuff done. All I need is like the goddamn the audio track back. But
question. Was I really hard to follow today?
There at the end, you were, yeah.
Not earlier on.
Okay. The end, I like super gave up on trying to be on point. No, but like the conversation about like needing a service and not knowing how to find it, and Google not knowing how to Google things.
No, that was clear.
Okay. That's the thing I'm struggling with. So how do you find the thing that you don't know how to find? That's the thing I'm dealing with a lot right now. Okay, I'm gonna go. But before that, I'm gonna kill the stream.
Discord,
Thank you,
thanks for
everybody.
hanging out with us. You're my favorite part of the show.
You're great.